Alright, hey guys, this is QX4 here. I'm just gonna go on a little rant here. This is my first rant video, first time you guys are probably gonna hear me speak, and probably forever on Netflix. Um, Depending on how this goes will determine on if I do any more rant videos at all. But, so, me and my buddies were doing trials this weekend, and then we went and did some, what's it called? The raid. Yeah, we went and did the raid a little bit. And we got to the raid boss, and I was on the right side with one of my buddies. Now, the right side is probably one of the easier sides to handle, but whatever. I was a 360, and my buddy was a 366. So we're not that high of a light level. The middle guy had a 385, and then the left side had a 370, a 371, and a 368. The guys on the left side can continually started to die and just kept dying throughout the raid. And it's like, guys, come on. I'm 10 light levels lower than you guys, 20 light levels lower than the guys I'm fighting. I might not be getting a lot of kills, but I'm staying alive, I'm helping making callouts, I'm doing all the things like that. And they ended up saying, guys, we can't do this, we're just not high enough light level, and I unmuted my mic and just went off. And then they told me that I should do a rant, so here it is. As you can see in the video, we're going up against a few 380s and stuff, and that's something else about trials. My team averaged out at about 361. Now, this isn't my best game of trials, so don't judge me on my skill play in this game. But it's not a bad game either. I mean, me and my team, we start playing kind of stupid with stuff, and as the game goes on, we get smarter and smarter with how we're playing, which is a big deal in trials. You can have some of the best gun game in the world, but if you just cannot physically play smart, you're gonna lose. Like, if a guy's running at you with a shotgun, and he's 30 times higher than you in light level, you probably shouldn't stand there, and you probably shouldn't run straight at him. You probably should pull out your shotgun or your fusion rifle and start charging that and hope that you hit him. There's times where you're gonna get outplayed, and that happens. But being outplayed because you're too low of a light level isn't really an issue. The issue is more you didn't play smart and they just outmaneuvered you, which happens all the time on the Division also when I used to play that. Part of the reason I quit the Division was because people constantly started saying, you're too low of a light level, your skill level's too low, yada yada yada. I would just tell them to fuck off and I'll do me and they can do them. But that's the thing about a lot of RPG games now. It's about the grind and how long you're willing to play it and grind to get the best gear. Some people just aren't willing to grind and play to get the best gear, and I'm one of those. I could care less about having the best gun that everybody is trying to get. I care more about being smart with my playing and beating them that way than I do, hey, I'm just gonna use the exact same gun and hope my light level will beat you. No, I'm gonna use corners to my advantage, use angles to my advantage, and do things of that nature to win my games. My gun game's not bad. It's not the best, but me thinking is what helps me as a player in first-person shooters and all shooters in general. I started playing on SOCOM, and on SOCOM, if somebody was running at you with an AK and you had an MP5, right? You're probably gonna lose. I'm sorry, but it doesn't really matter how much gun game you have. When somebody's running at you with an AK and you have a little SMG, there's not a lot that you can do to beat them. So you have to play smarter. If somebody's running at you with an AK, don't stand in the open. Take cover, make an angle, get them while they're popping the angle on you, and hope that you can start your shooting and get your shots off faster than what they do, which isn't that hard if you are smart about where you set up and about the angle you take. Because there are angles where you can see them before they see you. As much as people hate hearing that or hate that, that's a fact. There's angles that you can have where you can see the person barely before they can see you. And that's just part of first-person shooters. Third-person shooters are really bad about that, because you can literally just look around the corner and see what people are doing. So that's unfortunate. But it's also something you have to deal with and live with. If the other team is better than you, skill-wise, but they can't play smart, you can beat them. They have better gun game than you, and you play smart, you can beat them. But if they play smart and have better gun game than you, odds are they're probably going to win. Plain and simple. But if you don't play smart, and they play smart, and they're a higher light level than you or a higher skill level than you, they're probably going to end up beating you, as much as that honestly sucks. But let's move on to the division also. Some talk that I had about the division as you're watching this gameplay of us beating the team that was higher light level. On the division, me and my buddy, just us two, I had a tank build and he had a DPS build. And me and him could go rogue forever. And in case some of you guys don't know about the Division is a Tom Clancy game that was supposed to be really good. I'm not a big fan of it right now because of some stuff that they messed up. But I can live with what they messed up. I still have the game. Don't really play it too much anymore. Don't have time to play it really. But when you go into the center of the map, their PvP area, right? The contaminated zone. And you go rogue by killing other agents. So killing other players. And then you have a timer over your head and a bounty. Me and my buddy could go 2v8 and win because we would play tactically and smart and just would use our angles like I did right there. Use our angles to win. And if you use your angles, you're going to win. But if you're not using angles and you're being stupid about the decisions that you make, who you shoot, and things of that nature, it's not going to matter. That's another reason that me and my buddy quit playing the Division, because they made it too dependent on the grind and the gear that you got other than skill. I'm a big fan of skill being the reason that you win. It's just straight up skill and being smarter than the other person. That should be why you win games. Not because you were willing to sit down and grind for like 8 hours to get the best gear. That should not be a reason that you win the game. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't. And I'm sorry about people that feel otherwise. But also, you shouldn't look at somebody's light level or skill level as in the Division, and be, oh, this person's too low of a light, oh, this person doesn't have Gallahorn or Sleeper Stimulant, yada yada yada, this person obviously can't hold their own and do what they need to do to win. I mean, that's bull. As you can see, we just beat the guys that we shouldn't have beat. But also, with that being said, in games like SOCOM, and it's pretty much just SOCOM that I can think of. Counter-Strike probably has this a little bit also, where everybody starts out with the same guns. You don't have to play longer to get better guns. Like in Call of Duty and Battlefield, it is you rank up the longer you play, and the longer you play, the better guns you're going to get. It shouldn't be that way. It should literally be, here's your guns, especially in military shooters. Here's your guns. They all have their flaws. They all have their advantages. Have fun and outthink the other team. You outthink the other team, you win. Plain and simple. you outplay the other team, you win. So people that say you're too low, you're not good enough, just fuck off. All right, you're part of the problem. What I would advocate Destiny do, because you can already go onto other websites and type in your name, and it'll tell you like what your skill level is for Crucible trials and things like that. But what they should do is, so if you look at your player card, there's your level that you're at, which is just how long you played the game. Then there's your light level, which is how long you're basically grinding and willing to grind and stuff like that. And then under that, there's nothing. What they should do is under that, they should have a rotating skill thing that goes and says, oh, you are this skill. You are this skill in PvE. You are this skill in Crucible. You know, that way people can see this person might be 20 light levels lower than me, but their Crucible skill is 20, 30 levels higher than me. So their gun game is on point. While their light level might not be there, they play smart, they're probably going to beat me. They're probably that high of a skill because they play smart. So there's things that you can give and take. I know not all you guys are going to like my theory on just get rid of the light level, get rid of the grinding and stuff. Let people, especially in player versus player games, let people skill, gun game, how smart they act, how they react. Let that matter more so than you having the best gear because you played longer than them. I mean, that's so much BS. Nobody should ever have the best gear because they play longer. I'm sorry. That shouldn't be how it happens or how it works. Also, with that said, some of you guys are going to get mad at me because it's just something that not a lot of people think of. I mean, I'm sorry that you guys think that just because you grinded longer to get the best rolls on all the guns, you have a right to be higher level than me. You're probably right. You probably do have a right to be a higher light level than me. But also, me being smarter with how I play, I have a right to kick your ass. I have a right to murder you in games. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep with my buddies. We are not gonna hit the highest light level. We're gonna keep some low gear. That way when we play games that people say, oh, so-and-so's too low of a light level, we put on our low gear and we mess them up. Other people should do that as well. It shouldn't just be me. Keep a few lower level gear that's not the best gear, you know? Keep some of that. And then pull it out in a trials match, or an Iron Banner match, or a raid, and just see how smart you actually play. Because it will truly change the way that you play. You will go from playing stupid, rushing people when you shouldn't, to playing smart and doing things that you should. Plain and simple. Hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, do your thing, you know. Hopefully I'm going to have a few more videos to come out pretty soon. I know this is my first video in a long time, but thanks guys for listening, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And, you know,